Well, everybody, it's Vertical Sandwich. It is time to wrap up this Crash Bandicoot Let's Play. So, okay. So, let's talk a little bit, like, generically, let's just talk about the game Crash Bandicoot, right? Like, obviously, Crash Bandicoot is, like, this landmark platformer, and that's fine. You know, there's nothing inherently wrong with Crash Bandicoot as a game. I mean, again, I think its difficulty level is a little high for kind of, you know, introductory platformers to a series, and I think that but I think forgivably, the games that followed got it right. You know, that there's some difficulty in things like Crash Bandicoot Warped, but nothing to the extent of some of this stuff, right? I really hate that eats my momentum. So, those things being said, like, you know, Crash Bandicoot is a classic game, but like, and if this were just a Let's Play of Crash Bandicoot, you know, that is what I would be saying. Is I would be saying, game's a little hard. They didn't really know any better, so it's forgivable. Right? That's what I would be saying. But that's not really what's going on here, right? What this is a remaster of the original Crash Bandicoot. So, you know, how do I feel about that? And the answer is this, that, like, I don't think that remasters are inherently evil things. I think a remaster can add content to an original game. I think a remaster can, you know, I think a remaster can be a much-needed update. I don't think that there's anything wrong with remastering a game, even a classic game. But I think to do that, I mean, I think when you do that, there are some things that need to be taken into account, right? Because there's a difference between, like, a good remaster of a game, or an update, or HD version, or whatever, and a soulless cash grab. And this feels to me like a soulless cash grab. It does. I don't see almost any love for the original game in this. It's just kind of, well, we updated the graphics and stuff. And we added a level that we had never finished. And here are time trials in the original game. The next, one of the things we're gonna do at some point here is the Catherine full body remake, or the full body version of Catherine, which is like the remake of Catherine, and they added an entirely new character, right? They were just like, original Catherine wasn't everything we wanted it to be, so we went back and we made the game far faster. Which, you know, okay, that's amazing. Like, that's a thing. That's a legitimate reason to. That's a legitimate reason to wanna, you know, remake a game idea. Is because you don't think you did it right the first time. Or you think of something to add to the original concept for that game. Those things are all fine. I have no problem with any of those. I mean, I know we can relic this. I didn't see that here at all. I mean, like I said, I really think, I mean, don't get me wrong, I get kind of, there are upsides to the Crash and Spyro remakes. And I'm going to talk about them together because they are, you know, kind of part of the same little movement here. And the upsides being that, you know, it generates fan interest in something that a younger generation might not take an interest in. You know, did this get younger kids playing Spyro who probably wouldn't have played it? Yeah, it probably did. Is that a good thing? Well, it depends. The measure of whether or not it's a good thing is whether or not stuff continues after this, right? If all we get is like a we get a Crash Team Racing remake, which obviously we have, and then we get like a, you know, a Wrath of Cortex remake, and then we get, you know, a Spyro Enter the Dragon remake, was it worth it to get any of them? And I would say that the answer is no. If we do get new stuff for Crash as a character, I'm kind of all for it, really. I would play a new Crash game. Do I want to play the same old Crash games over and over because you keep updating the graphics and the system requirement and things like that? No, I don't. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be stuck in... I don't want to be stuck in a downward spiral of kind of nostalgia and lack of video game ideas. I want programming efforts and money to be put into worthwhile pursuits that aren't retreading old ground. That's what I want. Because I can play Hollow Knight, right? So yeah, I'm not happy about these remasters in general. I'm less offended. Again, this offended isn't the right word, because I'm not personally. I don't take offense to anything any video game company is doing to any of their properties. But I'm less put off. I'm less put off by this than Spyro. They really messed up Spyro. They really, I mean, they just horrifically debased Spyro in my opinion. Like, the redesign of characters and the re-recording of voice acting and stuff really takes away. For me, anyway. So yeah, I mean, I didn't hate this. I didn't hate this because it's Crash Bandicoot 1. I hate the idea of an entire nostalgic game series being remastered to no good end. That's my issue with it. It's not that, you know, it's not that there aren't good reasons to update game graphics and make HD versions of games and things like that. There are. I don't think that there is one here, really. Again, I would play a new Crash game. I like the franchise. And always have liked the franchise. So, like, that's not my issue with this. My issue with this is that, like... I had no idea where I was going there. My issue with this is that I would love to see some, you know, I want to see some love for the original games. I want to see a purpose to something like this. And to tell you the honest truth, I mean, I don't really know what that looks like. I don't really know how to tell you how to make a loving, you know, kind of tribute to the earlier work without, you know, getting people yelling when I'm yelling about Spyro, which is like, you ruined it by updating it. I mean, they didn't ruin Spyro by updating it. They ruined it by changing characterizations of characters we're familiar with, right? That's how they ruined Spyro. Yep. You know what? I kind of knew I had to bounce off him. So, yeah. So that was my issue with this, right? Is that I just kind of went... I mean, they were faithful. I will say that. I will say that like they were faithful to the original game in some ways. Like obviously the levels are all the same, the bosses are all the same, and things like that. But I'm not gonna start a new video for this, for attempts at this horrible level that I'm not gonna finish. Because why would I do that? So I mean, it was fun to play this because I've never really bothered to finish the original Crash, and that was fine and everything. I mean, it was fun to experience this. At least they're gonna give me some Akus. Kinda wanna know how I die. There it is. Stuck under a platform. I was like, geez, it seems like I might not. Okay, so that Aku goes away if I... That's what I needed to know. So yeah, I mean, like, so am I gonna try to play like a CTR remake? No. Am I gonna try to play any Spyro remakes? Oh, absolutely not. Like, there's no way. You know, if they remake Wrath of Cortex, will I be playing that? No. No, I won't. Because again, I can play fun original games. I don't want to have to beat Crash Bandicoot 3 5 times in my life because, you know, it's been remade 5 times. That's not on my goal list. I guess a good thing to talk about with those kind of things is when there was the rumor about the announcement of like the Final Fantasy VII remake, and you know, people were like, "Well, look at it. It's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be crap, and it's gonna be different, you know." And you know, you think about things like that, you just go like, "Why?" And at least that had the promise of being like, you know, completely different, weird game. Would I have played a Final Fantasy VII remake? I mean, I probably would have given it a look. I mean, if it might still be coming out. I don't know. I think at some point they have to look at like the anticipated fan response, where people are just going like, "No, bad idea," and maybe think about what they're doing. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, again, I just think we can spend our resources better. You know, for all the time that was put into making Crash Bandicoot remasters, couldn't I have gotten like a new and cool Crash game? I mean, maybe the answer is no. You know, like maybe the answer is no, you absolutely could not have gotten that. Well, I think that was the attempt we were looking for, to prove the concept that such a thing is possible. But it's just not going to happen. So what did we end up with, by the way? We ended up with 12 of 26 relics. Not good. But, yeah. So now what we have to really do is go look at the trophy page. So let's do that. Alright, so we get 90%. We didn't get the correct, but we get story-related trophies here for defeating Papu Papu, Ripperoo, Koala Kong, Pinstripe, Embryo, and Cortex. Spin Doctor in a single level, spin an enemy into another enemy twice. I meant to do that, spin away an extra life. That's what those do. Enter a bonus round after collecting 3 character tokens. A hidden gem, discover a gem path after earning a color gem. Cortex Crazed Contest, earn the key in Sunset Vista. Cortex's Terrifying Trial, earn the key in Jaws of Darkness. More gems are better than none, earn 13. The Ultimate Gem Path, earn 26. Catch Me If You Can, earn 5 relics. Could Go All the Way, earn 10 relics, gold or better. Practice Makes Perfect, earn 26 relics, gold or better. Yeah, that's the one we didn't get. Feed Me, which is die to one of the plants. I See London, I See France, which is get yourself electrified. The Box That Broke the Bandicoot's Back, miss a lot of boxes. No Holds Barred, defeat 5 enemies with Coco Spin. On Cloud 99, earn 99 lives. So we are 1 trophy away from having 100%. And it's just this collect all the relics one, which I don't think is worth it. And if you go out here, there's actually Lost Treasures is, you get the Crown Jewel one for defeating Stormy Ascent. And then this one here, you would get for time trialing it, I'm pretty sure. Would be my guess. I don't know that for sure. So yeah, so I think we're gonna call Crash Bandicoot, and I don't expect to update this at all. I don't really feel the need to come back to this game. Like I said, we saw both endings, and I think it's I think the benefit, the work versus reward, is skewed horribly against me. Tons of work for very little reward. There still is a part of me that desperately wants to do it, just grind out these trophies. And I think I'll be able to suppress that. I have other video games stuff I need to work on. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm planning for the next thing. I only have a couple days to figure it out. Although I may take a break and just let this LP spot rest for a while. I'm in the middle of my busy season at work, so I don't have a ton of time. I'm working on average 16 hours of overtime every week. And it's kind of killing me. So, and it'll be that way till January. So we'll see. I'm gonna put something together here and figure out what we're doing. And it will not be Crash Bandicoot 2. It will not be Crash Bandicoot 3. It will not be any of the Spyro remasters. It will not be Crash Team Racing remaster. Although since we never did finish a racing game and those files are long gone and stuff like that, I may think about picking up the Crash Team Racing remaster to run that later and just try to get through that. It seems a little easier to maybe to beat up than this game. This game is rough. So when we come back, something else, something fun, something good, I hope. I mean, I don't know, maybe it'll be garbage. So I'll see you for something new, and you guys take care. Bye, everybody.